Shedeur, thank you so much for joining us. I was
up?
coming in here, Cleveland, and I see 2 jerseys in stores. I see them around the city, and you can see the impact. What does it mean to you that you are so impactful to so many people in your fan base?
Well, I say that's what we dream of. That's what we dream of. Just as being a person that works so hard on this craft. That's honestly that's all I hope for. You know, the rest is just having a production on the field and doing what I have to do.
I guess there's a quarterback battle going on, Shedeur. That's what I read. You know, I'm the first day here. Have you ever been in a quarterback battle at any point in your life?
Yeah, I have. It's been me versus myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how you look at it.
Yeah. And even now, it's like it's even the same way. Deshaun goes against himself every day. I go against myself every day. Dylan goes against himself every day, and Taylor does too. So, like, we all just battle ourselves versus, like, it's not each other, because it's not like we're going against each other.
Right.
For sure.
You're your own harshest critic.
Yeah, we're going against the defense.
Yeah.
So it's like, if anything, it's offense versus defense every day.
Okay.
Then not.
So let's talk Shedeur versus Shedeur, or Shedeur versus the defense.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to Todd and AB, and they talked about how much you've grown year 1 to year 2 and the mental aspect, the progression aspect. Can you maybe take me through what that journey's been like for you year 2 from a mental standpoint?
I would say just getting away from the game and looking at things from a different point of view, and then a point of view that I'll be able to work throughout everything, through the good, the bad, through everything, evaluate myself and see what I need to improve on, and really look at everything in my life. I should be investing everything into this, and that's what I've done.
So what's your internal evaluation of you at this stage of your NFL career?
I would say I'm thankful for being able to make it through last year and being able to keep going. That's one thing. When adversity hits, it's about, are you going to keep going? And that's what I did, and that's what I'm most proud of myself of last year. So then now I'm in a space of where I'm learning every day, learning all these different things that will make the game easier. It's like, even, you know, vets in year 10, 12, whatever, they learn every day, so I take the same approach.
And Shedeur, you're learning a lot of new teammates. You step in the huddle today, there's 5 new starters on the offensive line. What has that relationship been like? And
Yeah.
It's all different from a year ago.
Yeah, we don't, like, the thing that I appreciate about this team is we don't look at ones, twos, anything like that. We look at each other as like brothers and teammates. So it's like, we all have relationships with each other, and each time we take each rep with each other, then the relationship grows. And even outside of this, like, even outside of the facility and everything, like, we hang out with each other. We naturally run into each other, just in similar places, doing the same thing.
I've heard a couple of your teammates describe the Shedeur aura. What does that mean to you? What is the aura that you provide for maybe your team in the huddle? Maybe that extra factor when the clock is on and the set is go for the hut.
I mean, I just am me, so I can't really explain that. That's something somebody else would have to tell you and explain what I am to them.
Right.
You know. I'm just myself. I've always been myself, like, since day one. So, you know, maybe a lot of people not used to people being themselves every day.
For sure, for sure.
That's what it is. Like, I'm just happy I'm myself every day, and, like, I have nothing to complain about.
Complaining doesn't do any good, Shedeur. Nobody's listening, okay?
Yeah.
Like, that's just, we all know that. But we're excited about watching out here today.
Yeah.
And seeing how you perform and seeing you know, you take another step here in this practice.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to see, I heard you've been connecting the deep ball with KC yesterday and down the field. What is that connection with those rookie receivers? How can you describe your chemistry together?
I would say that the chemistry is every rep that we take, every time we talk, everything, like every situation, like even the good days, the bad days that we're here at practice, we're building. So it's like, okay, we're building to not make that same mistake twice. So it's like, if I make the same mistake twice, then now that's really bad.
Okay.
You know, if I do it once, it's like, all right. But twice, it's like, all right, coach. Now, you know, I feel bad. I feel really bad. So it's a lot of learning. It's a lot of learning with everybody on the field in different situations. You can't reenact that. You can't. the only way you're going to be able to get through that is reps and keep pushing every day.
Absolutely. And you've been pushing every day. Appreciate you so much for the time, Shedeur.
Yep, appreciate
Can't
it.
wait to see you out here on the field.
Thank you. For sure.
So glad to talk with you, Jared. Back in Ohio, and I'll start you off with this. The trade obviously was a big sudden change, but what have you learned about the impact you can make here in Cleveland in your short time here so far?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is probably just my energy. The way I come out there, like everybody knows power, stopping the run, all that stuff, pass rushing, that's cool. But the energy I bring, I think that's probably the biggest thing that you could feel, me personally, to my teammates and them to me. It just feels like everybody's been elevating just because of it.
Jared, I felt like you did that with the Rams from day one, coming in as a rookie. But do you feel like you have to take that to a different role now that you're here and one of the proven players on this side of the ball?
No, I don't change nothing about who I am or my approach towards the game. I study the same, I work the same, and I talk the same. It's just who I am, and I keep everything the same. I just different location.
You talk about energy. I know your bull rush is excellent, but I heard you're an excellent trash talker too. So let's talk about it. What's the art of the trash talk? Take me through your strategy when you trash talk.
First things first, you gotta be whooping ass. You can't be out there getting beat on. You can't be out there getting beat on, getting thrown around left and right. You gotta be out there working them.
Yeah, backfire.
Yeah. So when you're out there working them, you just keep talking to them. It's not even like I say anything personal or anything. I know some people go look things up about people. I don't do none of that. I'm just going to keep talking. It's going to be annoying. You're going to be like, but he keeps talking. It's going to take you out, and it just takes one play. You forgot your job, your assignment. I'm going to make another play, and I'm all over you.
What's your favorite guy to trash talk to? Do you have a memory of a quarterback or a player you trash talk to where you were like, I got in their head?
Honestly, it was probably Deion Dawkins because me and him were going back and forth the whole game. He got in my head, I got in his. But I remember specifically he had left the B gap so wide. It was probably like 5 yards open.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not about to rush you 9 yards away from the center. So I walked inside in the B gap, and then he just got a false start because he had to get up and fix the gap and everything like that. It was just like, it was one of the funny moments because I'm like, I have a picture of me like pointing at my head like, I'm in your head, I'm in your head.
Jared, I've seen you actually start sometimes before the game. Yeah. Sometimes just walking around. I've seen you on the field before a game. You're already letting them know before the ball's kicked.
Yeah, honestly, so every game before any game, I take a lap around the field. And, offensive line, tight ends, running backs, all kind of be working in the back of the end zone. And I keep my track. I'm walking right on the edge of the line. If you're in my way, I'm pushing you. Like I'm walking the edge of the line.
Yep.
So then once we kind of get into it, we go back and forth. I'm like, man, hey, we only got 50 more minutes till we get each other. I can't wait to get you. I just get loud. I just be getting hyped up.
I still remember the pregame in the playoffs with Jalen Carter. That became a little viral
Yeah.
thing when you guys were talking a little bit. So Jared, obviously you're a young player developing into something really special. We know that you have an excellent bull rush. What is the next level of Jared Verse?
Yeah, honestly, I learned a lot this offseason, especially from Vaughn and Max Crosby. They both sat me down, talked to me, reached out to me, especially at the SAC Summit out in Vegas. They told me, they were like, your power is best in the league. Your power is one of your biggest asset, everything like that. You need to work things off of it. So they each took me, aside one-on-one and were giving me tips. Vaughn was giving me a little bit of this. Max was giving me a little bit of that. And I'm not going to say too much. I don't want to, give out too many trade secrets before the first game. But they taught me a lot that I'm ready to use.
Talk to me about this defense. This is a new defensive coordinator, a new staff. Jim Schwartz had a great defense here for a long time. What are you building here right now, Jared?
Yeah, honestly, I like to relate it to like a beehive, honestly. Like, we swarm everything. We're getting after the ball. Wherever the ball is, that's where everybody's at.
Yep.
We want it to feel like there's 12, 13, 14, 15 guys on the field. We want you to feel like you're outnumbered, like something has to be wrong. No matter what you do, somebody's going to be at that ball. You can do trick plays, all that stuff. We're going to get you no matter what.
Good things happen when you get to the ball.
100%.
You talk about swarming. Obviously, in camp, at this version of camp, you're swarming the other offense. What's been your view of this quarterback competition from your side, facing Shedeur, facing Deshaun?
Yeah, every day we're switching out. Shedeur will take one day, Deshaun will take the next day. They're going against the one defense, and, they're seeing how they fare. Both of them quarterbacks are making incredible throws, incredible passes. They're reading it, amazingly. They're picking apart the defense when they have to and everything like that. And obviously our defense is making plays, but they're doing the things that, you want these good quarterbacks, your starting quarterback, to do. So it's just going to be a good battle the rest of camp.
You're going to battle today out here, full pads, second day in it right now. They've got 5 new offensive starters on the offensive line, Jared. Do you feel that there's some chemistry coming together with that group?
Oh, 100%. I think the first couple of days I was here, you kind of feel the growing pains. But now, they're speaking to each other. They're using their lingo. They're using their language. They're covering up that B gap, and I try to take the inside. I'm trying to rush the edge. You feel the guard just waiting for me to come back. You can feel them working with each other and taking care of each other.
Appreciate you so much, Jared. I can't wait to watch you in practice, hear that trash talk from a distance, and ultimately in September, see some of those moves that you're going to unlock with the new
Just have
Jared
that bleep
Verse.
button already, man.
Carson, thanks for joining us. And your journey is probably relatable for a lot of people watching at home. You're a walk-on who became a defensive rookie of the year. So for people at home who maybe didn't have the 5-star ability, what would be your message to them on how they could follow your path?
Yeah, I think one of the big things for me was just always being ready. When you show up as a walk-on, you have to be willing to do whatever it takes, and I think that was one of the big things for me. And you never know when your opportunity is going to come, even if you're going to get one. But being able to have that, put in the work so that you're always prepared, whether or not you end up getting the opportunity, you'll get one somewhere in life, no matter where it is, and that's going to lead to success if you have that work ethic and preparation established.
Carson, the work ethic, the talent, all that is important. But if you're the defensive rookie of the year and you have 160 tackles, there's instincts that are at play here. Like, how does somebody acquire instincts to be able to make the plays that you made on a consistent basis last year?
Yeah, I think one of the big things for me, I've been playing football since I was 5 years old. Started playing tackle on my older brother teams when I was 8, and even since, I've played every position you could possibly play, and I think that's been huge. Even when I was
offense
a walk-on,
and defense.
yeah,
Yep.
even as a walk-on, learning how to play linebacker on scout team, and really using those reps and not treating them like I'm just there to service, trying to learn from them. And I think all the experience that I've had leads to a lot of the instincts.
Carson, I heard you got to connect with Kuechly recently. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and to be honest, you've drawn some comparisons to him. What knowledge have you been able to get out of him, and what can you emulate from his game to take for you into year 2?
Yeah, I think he's one of the all-time greats, even just not even at linebacker, just on defense as a whole. And so being able to pick his brain and just really one of the things I wanted to ask was just his preparation throughout the week and how that was established.
Legendary.
And yeah, legendary. And just how he was able to feel prepared going on the field. And so I think that's been a big thing for me and things I want to work on moving forward, especially going into this year.
Carson, you just played 17 games last year. We mentioned Defensive Rookie of the Year. New head coach, new system, new defense this year. What's the adjustment been like so far? And is it very much still a learning process?
We're always learning. No matter if we had the same everything, you're still trying to find new ways to make everything better. But I think there's been small adjustments here and there, small changes. But I've enjoyed the whole process and getting all the new faces in and getting to know everybody. And I love the energy that we have in this building. And you'll see it on the field today how this team practices. I love the direction we're heading.
Carson, for all young linebackers, I always feel like one of the steps of growth they can make is in the passing game and just getting depth and understanding what's going on behind you without being able to look. Like, can you feel that step being taken right now?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things, especially in this camp, that I wanted to emphasize, and just understanding the concepts behind you based off what you see in front of you, and the different options, and knowing what defense we're in, so where I'm supposed to be to be either underneath or in front of what's going on, and really even understanding pre-snap, why they're putting guys where they are, so that where they're trying to go with the ball.
Carson, obviously you've become a fan favorite here. You missed a couple days, banged up. There's a lot of Browns fans who are going to want to know, what have you been dealing with, and when do you expect to be back out here on the field?
Yeah, I'm just dealing with, when you play football, that's what it is, and I'm just dealing with something small. I'll be back and ready to go soon.
Absolutely. We can't wait to see that physical version you always play with and see what's next for Carson in year 2. Thank you so much for the time.
Thanks, Carson.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.